Welcome, everybody. This is day 19 of my Christmas in July Christmas card series, and I am so glad that you are back with me. Today, though it is a Christmas card, you're going to see over there that it says happy birthday, right? Well, that's because this is a Frosty the Snowman card. And if you are probably like a millennial and before, we all know the Frosty the Snowman comes out with his magical hat and says, Happy birthday. So I thought it was a cute play on a Christmas card. I know the exact recipient for this Christmas card. And they're going to love it. So, all right. So you're going to see I started out with some iced spruce Distress Oxide, I think that's what it was. It's not the color that I wanted. Then it looks like I go to Stormy Sky to try and like blue it up a little bit. Yeah, it's just all wrong. You see. So I don't know where my footage went for this, but I ended up going in with a cracked pistachio and a little bit of speckled egg and got more of the color that I was looking for. I was looking for that greenish blue color. And this is more of the color. So we got out our splatter box, putting a little bit, I'm messing with my camera setup around here, and it's some days it's great and some days it's not, and today it's just not, and I was pretty zoomed in and didn't realize it, so I'm super sorry for that. But using my fan brush to get a little bit of that speckle, I believe I'm going to do white also. So I did a little bit of the cracked pistachio and a little bit of the speckled egg, and then I do believe here I come in and do white splatter also. I believe I did this card quite some time ago. Yep, here we go. I seen the white come in. There we go. Because I wasn't quite getting the results that I wanted. This is just the background. So I just use acrylic paint. It works pretty decent for me. I know that a lot of people like to use like zero bleed white paint and all that kind of stuff. This works pretty decently for me. It's a cheap option. It's like 97 cents. And I'm all about the cheap options around here, right? So this hobby gets quite expensive. But here it is, this amazing stamp. I actually got that stamp on the day that I did this card. I was so excited for it. I've been waiting for this one from Sassy Club for a while. And it just never hit the add to cart button. But finally did and got it. And I was like, yes, I'm going to use this right this second. So I should have planned a little bit better with this card. Unfortunately, I ended up starting to put the little, thumper down, and I should have moved them over. You're going to see here, but it also looks like I didn't love my ink. This is also a brand new Misty to me, a used Misty, but a brand new Misty to me. A wonderful, wonderful friend sent me her mini Misty because she got the bigger Misty, and I am forever, forever grateful. There we go. I think I liked those lines a little bit better. I don't know if it double stamped on accident or what happened. I don't know. I can't remember. But clearly I'm liking this much better than the other one. So got those stamped, also stamped with the intense black ink from Honeybee Stamps so that we can work with some alcohol markers. The other new addition to my my craft room is a new set of Ohuhu markers, and to expand like my pastels, pretty much my lighter markers. So I was super excited to work with them. I am going to be doing a lot with my Ohuhu markers because I do understand some people's frustrations with them. I understand that they are a super cheaper, affordable marker for a lot of us, but you will, once you dive into them, you'll understand that their number system is a bit frustrating. Their combinations just aren't together. So I am working through that for you, and we're going to have some color with me's this month to help you with your color combos. So for the most part, these images are pretty easy to color. Obviously, the snowman needs to be white, but we want to add a little bit of dimension. So I do use that MG 020, I believe it was. And this is where I thought that my first set of Ohulu markers was lacking, was in the very pastel light colors. And I just wanted more. So what I was looking for was, you know, the colors that you usually see from Copics that are like the 000 or the quadruple zeros, so that you can kind of like blend it into white. And as you can see here, I am using my colorless blender to kind of spread that color out a little bit. And it does work for the most part. At first, you don't think that it is doing anything. But you'll see that here I do bring in a BG3, I think is what this one is. It was pretty close to the color of that MG 030, but it just allowed it to blend out a little bit. And then using my colorless blender again to just soften those edges. And then as it dries, you'll see that it does definitely just start blending into that paper. So sometimes trust the process, I guess. Let the alcohol, the alcohol evaporate and let those colors settle a little bit. So, all right. This was one color combo that I had to work on. So I shut off the camera for half a second. Was like my gray / blacks. One thing with Ohulu markers is that they have like so many grays. Cool grays, warm grays, neutral grays, red grays, green grays, blue grays, so many grays. And obviously I wanted his hat to be black, but I didn't want black. I wanted some dimension, obviously. So just start on the outside with those darker ones. I believe I started with CG, I think it was CG, like Roman numeral 2, I think is what they're called, 09, and then 07 to get those deep blacks. And then putting that highlight straight in the middle. So there were sometimes I did need to reference Google and figure out the colors. You know, I did try and stick with their traditional colors. And as I film more of these videos, I am trying to get better at showing you the caps so that you know the color combos. And as you can see there, I have my color chart out right now. Like, I'm not comfortable with the color combos. Once I get one, I'm definitely excited. I'm writing it down. I'm like, oh yes, I found a great combo. So which one of them is this? My BR1, BR2, and I think Y11 is this combination. Also, you just seen me do the tip to tip method. Yep. Oh, this one is Y9. The tip to tip method, you will see that happen a lot using my Ohulu markers, because if I can't find a combo or two colors that are melding together, well, I will just do the tip to tip method until I can find a combination. And that way you can blend those deep shadow markers with your midtones and get to the look that you're going for. As for Thumper over here, I think that's what his name is, Thumpity Thump. Actually, Thumper, that's Bambi, right? I didn't look up the names. I gotta go through and remember their names. I also wanted him white, but I wanted him in a different white. He's not Frosty. He isn't cold like Frosty. So we went with the cool grays to do his shadows, and then just added a little bit of peach into his ears, and a little R21, I believe it is, or R29 for his nose. You are going to see me color the little girl. Unfortunately, I don't use the little girl. This is where I messed up with my placement of the of the rabbit, and looks like her name is Karen. I'm like, I had to remember what her name was. Anyways, and yeah, I just had, I placed the rabbit wrong and had to unfortunately forgo my little rabbit there. It doesn't look like the rabbit even has a name on here. Just Karen's friends, it looks like. So, use some gold and yellows for her nice blonde hair. And then here, Frosty's flower on his magic hat is pink. So that was my pink combo right there. And then her little dress along with her earmuffs are red. So my combination right now for a good red is R2, R3. And then I put a Y5 because I definitely wanted a little bit more of a highlight for her dress. So that Wi-Fi definitely gives me that good highlight. And the rest of her little outfit was white. So her earmuffs are white. Her scarf is white. And I believe her shoes are blue. So we'll give them a little bit of a blue Frosty with... Yep, I got to get better at it, guys. I got to get better at putting my caps down. I'm just not great at it. I think I used the same blues that I used for Frosty, just a little bit less, which was the MG030 and the BG3. For skin tones right now, I have not went through and gotten a great skin tone, so you will see me revert back to my Spectrum Noir tri-blends, and I just went with the skin tone marker. So that was easier at that point for me, and we went with it. All right, so that first color blend or ink blend you've seen is what I was using to die cut the happy birthday from. All of these dies will be linked in the description below. I have a lot of these. These are some of my favorite dies. And yeah, so I will link those right below. Now, again, I'm sorry that it is off screen. It will come back here in a second. I didn't realize I was so zoomed in again, and it looks like it's pretty up at the top of my desk, unfortunately. I'm getting the camera together. I'm so sorry. I just loved this happy birthday like die and didn't really think about like how big Frosty was. I could have made my card bigger or picked a different die. But I figured you've seen the happy... Covering up the D, like, we know that it says happy birthday, right? It's not the end of the world. So here I am putting this card together, but clearly just not doing a great job at planning this. And this is something that I would like to leave in the video just because every card doesn't come together exactly as planned. All right, so now I figured out that the camera, it was off a little bit. So I did also add a snowdrift to the bottom of that card with some cardstock, and then just shadowed a little bit of that pistachio or cracked pistachio over it to differentiate, give it a little bit of a shadow. Snugging that die cut right up to the top of that card. And here's where I go wrong. Like, I don't put this down far enough over to add in my little Karen over there. And I didn't want to cover up Frosty. I could have, but then I thought it looked too busy. You know, you can do what you want to do with your cards. That's fine. I just didn't want... I felt like it was too busy. Like, I felt like it was almost not busy enough putting her there and then way too busy when I did put her there. So I just left it. Again, these are handmade cards, not perfect. And honestly, the person that receives this card is not going to know any difference. So put a little shadow in under Frosty just so that he wasn't floating, and under the rabbit so he wasn't floating. And then using my glitter water brush, whatever you want to call these things, to give Frosty's hat some glitter because obviously it's magic, so it needs a little bit of glitter. And then you are going to see me come in. I was going to do glossy accents over the happy birthday, but I didn't love that either. Here I am picking the matte to my card. I almost went with that color. It wasn't quite perfect. And then I was like, you know what? This black actually makes everything pop a little bit. And I know that's weird to use black with Christmas cards, but honestly, we're already saying happy birthday, right, on a Christmas card. So let's keep it going. So I cut down some black paper or cardstock, and there was my mistake. You could see that. That's why we changed it over to the correct pistachio. But we still use the other side of the paper, guys, because we don't waste paper around here. Matted that down. I also was like, oh, I could have just used a black card base. I don't love black card bases all the time. I mean, yes, you can put see, I'm still trying to fit her in there. I was like, let me try and move my my little guy over. And I was like, yeah, no. And now that I look at it, it honestly isn't horrible, but God, if I could have just moved that little guy over, you know, a quarter of an inch, you know, it would have been perfect. But again, it is what it is. Here we go. There you can see I'm adding that glitter to all of the letters just to I felt like it just needed a little bit of jazz, you know. It's not too bad. I know the recipient that's going to this, they're not going to be worried about the glitter, honestly. I probably could have left it out and they probably won't even notice the glitter on the things. You could also use white glitter cardstock, and then you don't have to do this step at all. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you are loving this Christmas in July series. I am a huge Christmas person, so, you know, getting an extra 31 days of Christmas stuff in and getting my Christmas cards done before the actual holiday is going to be a godsend to myself, because I remember last year I was stressed. I was coming down when I was exhausted at night trying to get Christmas cards out, because that time of year obviously is busy for just about everybody. But for myself, I am a photographer and it's just ultra busy for me. And yeah, so I'm having a blast doing a little bit of Christmas in July and giving you guys an amazing Christmas in July Christmas card series. But let me know in the comments below what we are loving. Did you like the little not so much pun, but, you know, if you know the movie, you know. And this person will definitely know as soon as they open this card why it says happy birthday and that it is still a Christmas card. I did forget that I do just put the thumpity thump sentiment on the inside. And then we will, you know, write in it when it times to come. And I will have a coordinating envelope for this card here probably coming up soon. So that is the next step. All right. Talk to you guys soon, and I will see you in the next one.